Well, good morning, everyone. And if you're just arriving, don't be scared. Come on in, take a seat. We're very full today, but there are seats at the front, and I know anyone with memories of school will try to sit at the back. You don't need to. No one on the stage will bite you, and there is almost no audience participation. You guys might worry. No, you're fine in the second and third rows, honestly. So as you take your seats, I'd remind you of a couple of housekeeping points before we get started. First thing is the hashtag DI Summit. Feel free to tweet, but if you're planning to take any calls, do put your mobile device on silent. We'd be really grateful for that. If you've been here before, and we'll find out in a minute how many have, you're fairly familiar with how this thing works. But this year, we have spared literally no expense. We've actually had signs printed for the first time ever in an analog first for the Digital Innovators Summit, so you now know which tracks you're in. After our morning session, and we have some really great speakers this morning, starting with Jay Lau from Quartz, which I'm really looking forward to, we break for the mid-morning sessions into three. One group will be in here, one will be in the Mitte, which is over there, and one is the Lichtoff. It's all color-coded, signed. The one thing I'd say is that European flights, strikes, weather have caused some delays to some of our speakers, so the current agenda is the one you see online. Check the online agenda for the real thing. Is that reasonably clear? Yeah, you see, every year, 10 years I've been doing this, and every year we start the morning with everyone thinking, I'm trying to remember why it was I decided to be here. Everyone's like a little bit hungover, a bit kind of, I really don't want to get involved in this. So every year we have to go through this, and this hurts me more than it hurts you. There is personal embarrassment, I can't help that. So we're going to try that one more time with something a little bit more rousing. I'll tell you what, just summon up every last ounce of enthusiasm, every last gram of enthusiasm you have. Are we all, in fact, contrary to earlier impressions, happy to be here? Yeah. Yay! You see, that's altogether more like it. There's a whole load of technology involved today, but some of it is very straightforward. It's the old digital indicator. Don't be afraid to raise your hand if you have a question. The whole point is that no one leaves here with any questions that you came here to find out the answer to unanswered. We also have some technology at our disposal. First of all, there is Wi-Fi. It's free. You can find it, use that to tweet, post on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever you want, talk about us. We're also using today a polling tool provided by the nice people at Apinery, take your pick. And what they have done is to question a large number of publishers here in Germany about their opinions on some key things that affect the way the media works today. And we're going to compare their answers to the answers we get live in the audience, which does involve, if you have a moment, going to that very short URL there, and you'll find the Apinery webpage, which will allow you to vote. So every now and again, at one or two sessions through the day, I'll be asking for your opinions and comparing them to those of expert German publishers. And if yours disagree, that will be trouble. So you need to agree with the German publishers as we go on. All clear so far? You see again with the no response. Is it all clear so far? Yeah. Yay! There we go. Quite seriously, and before we get to an actual speaker rather than just me, we should just reflect for a moment on the journey we've all been on. Some of you who were here last year. Who was here last year? Anybody? And you came back for more. I am genuinely astonished, but congratulations. If you were here last year, you will remember that was the year when we began to see what was possible replaced by what was happening, where media owners and content creators were actually doing stuff that kind of worked, that we were getting real case studies of real companies doing real stuff in an all-digital world that we could take away and use in our own businesses. This year, we definitely have more of the same. We have online-only magazines that are, whisper it, profitable. We have publishers doing tremendous things in terms of social media, in terms of audience generation, in terms of content creation. All of that is still to come. We also have voice. We've seen a lot of potential new dawns for the next big thing in media. For me, voice is certainly one of them, and we're really lucky to have an insight into what Amazon is up to with Echo in terms of voice content later on in the conference.